time can be very confusing, especially when it comes to write-offs. There are thick books of rules about what can and what cannot be deducted, and still a lot of it is kind of a gray area.
And of course that raises a very good question. What are some write-offs that people miss? Matt Gephardt went in search of a good answer tonight.
Yeah, guys, there's lots of lore surrounding, maybe water cooler lore surrounding the IRS, what can be written off, what can't be written off. And after centuries of tax court decisions and rules written into books, it's enough to make a taxpayer's head spin, so let's see if we can clarify. Preparing taxes is in Ken Klingler's DNA. His dad founded Klingler Associates back in the 70s, and now Ken runs the business, which he says is not easy in the ever-changing tax world.
I've often told myself I should have been a doctor because Congress doesn't meet every 6 months and change the laws of the human body.
Keeping up requires weeks of continuing education for Ken and everyone else in his office, and it makes him the perfect person to answer the good question, what can we write off that maybe we didn't know about, and what can't we? First, charitable contributions, which can go a lot further than that box of old clothes you took down to DI.
He can write off everything he's out of pocket for.
Maybe you baked something for a charity, write off those ingredients. Don't forget supplies. Maybe you bought the pens and poster board to advertise a charity fundraiser. That's a write-off. Or did you physically volunteer at a charity? Don't forget to write off the mileage it took you to get there. As for the time you donated, well, that is not deductible.
The problem with time is how do you value somebody's time?
Next, did you look for a job in the past year or try to move up in your current one? Some of that can be written off. Deductible is the cost to print and send out your resume and even money you paid to an employment agency. Plus, again, any miles you traveled to a job interview, and that includes plane tickets and those pesky baggage fees. Ken says it all has to do with the concept that if you took steps to make more money, by its very nature, you also took steps to pay more in taxes, and the tax collectors appreciate it.
Usually I tell people if it's for business purposes, if it makes you more effective, more efficient, or more marketable, it's probably deductible.
And third, some of the things we are required to wear for work. There can be some good write-offs there, though be warned, Ken says clothes themselves are very rarely able to be deducted.
If it's something you can wear outside of the workplace and no one will notice that you're wearing work clothes, it's probably going to be not deductible.
So your work outfit probably cannot be written off. Neither can things like gym memberships to stay fit and marketable. What is deductible is work-required safety. Paying extra for shatterproof lenses in your everyday glasses or steel-toed boots that you wear even off the job site, that's deductible. And sorry, ladies of the KUTV newsroom, your makeup is not deductible because you guys wear makeup all the time out in public. We men, on the other hand, that's a different story.
You're not going to wear your makeup other than when you're on camera, probably, I guess.
So those are a few of the more common oversights, Ken says. Outside of that, looking for tax write-offs, he offers this advice.
If it's going to have any element of fun to it, it's probably not going to be deductible.
All right, so maybe a couple of write-offs you didn't know about. I learned a couple of things, and Mark, Sean, I'm just going to work on one of my tax write-offs right now. If you got a good question, hit me up, KUTV.com, guys.
Clearly the IRS never sees me on the weekend because I don't wear makeup.
The funny thing is that Matt has never worn makeup until he realized he could write it off.
Right
so all of a sudden he's got 9,000 things of makeup on his desk.
Give me that top shelf stuff. No, yeah, the top shelf. Yeah.
It's a win-win, Matt. You get your makeup and a write-off.
That was informative though, Matt. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I've learned some things.
Good, me too.
Right, thanks.
Yeah.